Hi everyone, it's Scrap Lady here. I'm back from my trip. It is Sunday evening. Um, Spent the day resting pretty much. I did get my car unloaded of all the stuff that I got. Um, and I talked to my mom and I'm going to give her some baskets and stuff. My daughter's going to take some baskets. And I figured out I can use some on my porch. So I figured out actually what I can do with all my baskets. Finally, yay! But yeah, we had a interesting trip home. We stopped in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and went to the Lackawanna coal mine. Awesome, awesome tour. Um, It was just very informative. It was just really, really cool to go into the coal mine and learn all about it. So we really did some really fun, interesting stuff this week. With the Hershey, going to Hershey World, we learned a lot about the Milton Hershey School, and then Lancaster, we went on a buggy ride, which I'm still trying to figure out how to upload so that it's this way and not this way. But anyways, I'll get that uploaded. And then the Lackawanna coal mine was also like really interesting and informative. So we actually did some really fun sort of educational kind of things, and we just had fun in general. It was an awesome trip. We did a lot of driving. Had a lot of Michaels. I'm tired and I'm glad to be home. And I'm not going on another trip for a while. I have lots to do here, as everyone can see and tell. So I just couldn't do anything today. I just needed to totally rest today. I was just wiped out totally. And so I did. And so we went to the Lackawanna coal mine, and then we had tickets reserved for the Houdini Museum in Scranton. I'm not sure. I know I have a subby who is from Scranton, and I'm not sure if she's familiar. I asked her. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with the Houdini Museum in Scranton. It's very interesting. It wasn't what we expected at all. We were to be there at 1 o'clock, which we got there just at 1 and ended at 4. Dorothy Dietrich, who is it's run by two people. I can't remember the guy's name. Dorothy Dietrich is very famous. She, learned a lot about Houdini. She did caught a bullet in her teeth. She did that thing when she was 19. And she escaped from a burning rope hanging upside down in a straitjacket at some point in her career. And she's in her 40s, and she can do magic. Obviously she's a very talented person, but I'm wondering why she's doing such a low-budget, cheesy show. They first have you sit in a room, and there's 2 TVs, and they're just old TVs. They're not flat screens or anything like that, and they're way up above the stage, and you're just like sitting in this room with a small stage, and you're watching something that was on the Travel Channel or something. It was just a TV show. And so my daughter and I were sitting on one side of the room, and the whole time we can see into the other room. Like, you walk in one room, and then there's the room where the stage is. And the room that you walk in, it's cluttered with all kinds of stuff. Memorabilia stuff, but it's very cluttery. There's a lot of stuff in there. But again, it's all Houdini memorabilia. And so they have us go in and check in if we've reserved, if we've already reserved for online, or on the phone, I should say, which I did. So the line was moving slow, and the woman in front of me had reserved, and they said, "Oh, your credit card didn't go through." And I was looking, and she had just a regular 3-ring binder, and this was the Dorothy Dietrich lady, and they were just papers. just in the binder. Like some of them were half sheets sheets folded over, and then they had like the dates written across, and then little squares just made with pencil, and just stuff written everywhere. It was very disorganized. And she's looking and looking, trying to find people's names and whatnot and everything. And so she said, "Oh, your credit card, we didn't charge it, it didn't go through." So she had her iPhone. She didn't have one of those things that you scan the thing. She was doing it manually on her iPhone. Tried the credit card twice, it said denied. The woman gave her another credit card, denied. Gave her another credit card, denied. So I was the next person in line. So she says to me, "Your credit card didn't go through." It's like, what are you talking about? She couldn't find my name, first of all. And I'm like searching in the book to try to find my name. And my credit card's number is written right there. And so I said, "You have the number." So I said, "Here's." So she tried to run it. Didn't go through. She goes, "Well, the show's starting. We'll catch up with you later." I don't know what happened, but so anyways, we were watching the video, the TV program, and there was a lot of several Cub Scouts in there that were just antsy. They didn't want to watch this TV show. It was kind of, and they were just antsy. They were probably from 8, 10, 12 years old. It was the last thing, and they were just, jumping around and a little bit and stuff. Whatever. So we were watching, and we could see in the other room. And the two of them, Dorothy and the other guy, Bravo, they called him. They were just cleaning up the table. There was a table, and there were like a lunch table, in the kids' cafeteria. They were cleaning up stuff. We could see, and then they closed the curtain, but we could still see behind. It was a mess back there. So after about 40 minutes or so, the TV show ends. And so they say, "Oh, you're going to come into the museum. Go this way." So we go into this room, and it's the size of a bedroom or whatever. And there's memorabilia pictures hanging on the wall, and there's a lot of them that aren't hanging, that are just sitting on these benches. And they have like some church benches, and they said if you want to sit down, you can sit there. But we're going to go around the whole room. It's not even that big of a room. So he stands on the benches, and he's pointing at the pictures, and he's saying everything that was just said in that movie that we watched, pointing to all the pictures and everything. And so people had to move from one side of the room to the other side so he could come around to the other side of the room. And he said he had these two big, enormous frames were pictures of Harry Houdini's parents. And he said that they were the original paintings that hung in Harry Houdini's house. I don't know. I've done a little research. I've tried to see if they really are. I'm not an expert. I don't know. But they were just sitting on a bench, and he said that they had had a lot of damage from Hurricane Sandy. And so the whole time, always mentioning and plugging, you can make a donation to help us do the improvements and rebuild and do this stuff. And here's a donation jar, and you can put a donation. The whole time they were always saying stuff about that. And talked a lot about their finances, and they used to be in New York, and they had to move out because their landlord increased the rent to like $30,000 a month, and they had to move in. They bought this house in Scranton because it was someplace that Harry Houdini had traveled to. But anyway, then we go into the room that we came into originally, and it was they just rushed us through there, and now they're going to do the magic show. So he's talking and talking and talking, and she's behind the curtain, and the curtain's moving around, and it's very little room, very, very little room. Stuff is going all over the place, and "Are you ready yet?" And the phone's ringing the whole time, the cell phone. He told us to turn off our cell phones, which, of course. But she said, "Well, we can't turn ours off because we can't lose any, we can't miss any bookings if people want to book for a show." The cell phone's ringing like, every 5 minutes or so. "Are you ready yet?" he says. She wasn't ready for the show. And so she came out, and she did a good magic show. She did a whole bunch of tricks really quickly. The pulling the rabbit out of the thing, and pulling the dove out of the, the whole typical stuff, pulling the flowers out of the thing. She did everything. She didn't make it last a long time. She did everything really quickly. And then, so then she did a couple other tricks. And of course, they laid a woman on the table, and she put the hula hoop over it. And They suspended her, you know, have her go up, whatever. So yeah, it was good. You know, the magic tricks were good for the kids to see and stuff like that. And then he spent the next hour or more talking about the magic stuff that they were selling. And, oh, this is the very first magic trick that I used. And he'd pull it out of a box and talking a lot about their finances again and all this other stuff. I don't know. I'm not really sure. It was kind of a strange thing. Not at all what we expected. They have brochures everywhere, and they're really awesome brochures. But it just wasn't at all what we expected. We couldn't wait to get out of there. The kids were antsy, you know. They were these young boys, and they were, you know, they wanted to participate, and they were raising, and they were antsy because it just wasn't a lot of talking. Excuse me. Tickling my throat. So we were there until 4 o'clock. You know, in retrospect, if we would have known, we could have left earlier and got home earlier. But we got home around 10, which wasn't bad. We drove right straight through. It didn't take that long to get home. It's like 5 hours. So I did the first half, and Kate did the second half. So it really wasn't bad. Excuse me. But overall, we had a wonderful trip. We really did. And just, you know, we did the place that we stayed at had aquasize, water aerobics in the morning and stuff. And we did that for a few days. Excuse me. And we played bingo, dollar bingo, and that was fun. We met some nice people. So we did have a great time. And we went to Lancaster, of course, and met with Tina Kappa again. And that was so much fun. Went to the reuse store, and I showed you the stuff that I bought there. And so yeah, so I'm back home. I'm going to get my craft room cleaned this week. I really wasn't feeling well in between the 2 vacations, and so I didn't get that much done. I did get my projects done that I had done for the different challenges. Thrifty Paper Garden, Joe and Mike 0927, and Too Much Hurt. I've done all of those, and I have other things to mail to people that I had seen that I said I was going to mail them stuff. So all this week I'm going to get all my stuff mailed out that I need to mail out. I'm going to get all my stuff together. I have several things that I promised people that I will put in the mail this week. I just didn't have time before that. So anyway, so that's going to be my week. It's going to be getting this craft room picked up and cleaned up, and bringing all the new penny stuff that I got in here. I think what I'm going to do is, in that, see where that corner right there, where that there's a space, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to box up all my penny stuff and put it there next to the shelves. And then as I send stuff out, when I do challenges, I'm going to send some penny stuff out when I send my stuff out too. So I'll send some little goodies too, along with you know, with the challenge stuff that I make. And I'm going to start doing a few more challenges. I'm not going to overwhelm myself, but I am going to do some more challenges, and I'm going to start doing some videos. I'm going to make some things and do some videos. Maybe not tutorials, maybe tutorials, I'm not sure. But I will be doing more, you know, showing of what I make and things like that. I'll be making projects and stuff, and maybe kind of, you know, trying to do a few little tutorials here and there. Because I think my, you know, penny hauling days are pretty much done. I got to get, you know, use the stuff and get cracking here and making some nice stuff. So anyways, I just wanted to let you know I was home, and I'm so glad to be home. And I'm going to get myself back on a regular schedule again and get this room cleaned up and get some stuff done. Yeah. So anyways, it's nice to be back. Thanks everyone for watching the couple of videos that I did. I will be posting a little bit more to add to that. And I really appreciate all your support. And I hope everyone had fun watching. I had fun on the trip. It was great. And I will be back hopefully sometime midweek, end of week, and show you the progress. And I will have progress in this room. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.